hog sound. Hey guys, Jonathan here for the Blue Wizard Project, just coming at you with the first part of my playthrough of Barkley, Shut Up and Jam Gaiden, part 1 of the Hoops Barkley saga. So if you guys haven't played this game, it is an excellent indie game. It came out a number of years ago. I probably should have checked that before I started. Maybe it'll say on the screen, but maybe not. Yeah, doesn't say. At any rate, this game was an indie game that came out a number of years ago. It's free. You can download it. Just Google it, and you'll be able to find it very easily. It wasn't able to be sold because it is supposed to be a direct follow-up to the movie Space Jam. And obviously the guy didn't have, the guy being Chef Boyardee from Tales of Game Studio, didn't have the copyrights to use any of the basketball players' names or the Space Jam theme, which is actually playing right now in the background of the video, but I'm not going to play that for you guys because I don't know if it will be copyright struck or not, which it probably will, I would imagine. So we're not going to do that. We are going to take a look at the settings right now. I just want to make sure that it saved it. I tinkered with this earlier, but yeah, it looks like it's good. Oh, one thing that's very funny here is that this game, you can set the language for the writing to Al-Bhed from Final Fantasy X, which might show you a little bit about the time period in which this game came out in. At any rate, let's get started with it. The game you are about to play is canon.
The year is 2053. Basketball is dead.
I'm going to assume that you guys can hear that, but just in case, I will read it for you afterwards. So, the year is 2053. Basketball is dead.
My name's Charles Barkley. I'm one of the last b-ball stars alive.
My name's Charles Barkley, and I'm one of the last b-ball stars alive.
In 2041, basketball was made illegal, and almost all b-ballers were massacred in what is now known as the Great B-Ball Purge. I lived, but lost my reason for living. B-ball was
In 2041, basketball was made illegal, and almost all b-ballers were massacred in what is known as the Great B-Ball Purge. I lived, but I lost my reason for living. B-ball was gone.
I live in the post-cyber-apocalyptic ruins of New York with my 12-year-old son, Hoops. I've given him all I can, but sometimes I wonder if it's enough.
I live in the post-cyber-apocalyptic ruins of Neo, New York with my 12-year-old son, Hoops. I've given him all I can, but sometimes I wonder if it's enough. I know that's repetitive, guys. It's just, again, I don't know how well the audio is going to go on this. I've actually had like 2 false starts on this game already, so just covering my bases. All right. Wouldn't be a Jonathan video on the Blue Wizard Project if it didn't have some mess ups, right? So, Dad, watch this. So, this game is very clearly made in RPG Maker, and RPG Maker doesn't really have, you know, little kids playing basketball animations, hence the little squiggly line character there. Balthios says, "Impressive, Hoops. Your dribbling has gotten much better in the past few weeks."
That's Balthios, the octoroon great-grandson of LeBron James. He doesn't like to talk about himself, but he's a good guy.
That's Balthios, the octoroon great-grandson of LeBron James. He doesn't like to talk about himself, but he's a good guy. Right, Dad? I've gotten much better, huh, Dad? Dad? Huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you've gotten a lot better, son. What's the matter, Dad? Nothing, Hoops. I was just thinking. Thinking about b-ball, huh? Yeah, that's it. I was thinking about b-ball. Hoops, why don't you go play some VidCons? I want to speak to Mr. James for a moment. Sure, Dad. Thanks for the dribbling tips and wall scrolls, Mr. James. No sweat, kid. Keep on practicing, though. Sure will. You were thinking about her again, weren't you, Charles? Maureen. You were thinking about Maureen, weren't you? He reminds me so much of her. The way he moves, his enthusiasm for the game, his eyes. He's got a Harry Potter mother's eyes situation going on here. You still blame yourself for what happened? Yeah, Balthios, I do. And it won't ever happen again. I just can't stand knowing that all of this, everything, could be different. Barkley, you don't need to. Yeah, Balthios, I know. But I swear on her grave that nobody will ever suffer a chaos dunk again.
New York is a base and disgusting city.
We're the strong bully of the weak for what few neo shekels they've got. Hand over the neo shekels. But I need them to buy food. Crime is everywhere. Weariness and despair behind every corner. Give me 'em. Oof. Ah ha ha. Come on, bro. Let's get some chups. No, my neo shekels. Breaking news just in. A killing spree has been reported. The cloaked octoroon known as the ultimate Hellbane has struck again, this time killing 2 men in New York's mall. Police reported signs of Zauber use, and ultimate Hellbane is believed to have connections with the terrorist organization Blood Moses. Blood Moses, I know, like, this game. So this game is very clearly ridiculous. Like, it takes place in the aftermath of the Space Jam events. It stars Charles Barkley in an RPG, which I guess is no more weird than Shaq being in a fighting game, but we'll gloss over that. It's supposed to be like post-apocalyptic and New York, all this ridiculous stuff. The weird animations, all of that stuff. But it actually is a very good game. The controls in it are very good for the battles, which we won't get to for a while. I believe it takes a bit to get into it. But the story actually, like, to its credit, makes sense. The game is funny. You guys will see as we go. Blood Moses cracks me up when I read it because, like, it's meant to be ridiculous like the rest of the game, but it absolutely sounds like something Hideo Kojima would put in one of his games. Crime everywhere. This city's going to hell. Hoops, I don't want you to go outside tonight. Aw, Dad. I must take my leave now. Bye, Mr. James. Goodbye, Hoops. Mr. Jordan. Mr. James. I like how crappy the Michael Jordan pixels look. Like, the suit looks like it's just like pasted on with MS Paint. Jordan, what are you doing here? That's a nice way to greet a friend, Charles. I was just in the neighborhood and I thought I heard some dribbling. You have absolutely no grounds to come into this house, Michael. You know that. Really now? You were an all-star baller, and I heard dribbling. I have every right to come in thanks to the B-Ball Confiscation Act. Or are you saying I don't have that right? I'm saying you're a son of a bitch, Jordan. I'll play your game, Barkley. This time. Oh, and Hoops? Yeah? Keep practicing. Hoops, I'm gonna go out and get some medicine. Okay, Dad. You okay, Dad? Yeah, Hoops. I'm gonna be okay. Yeah, so I like that even the dialogue's actually pretty good in this game. But yeah, I like that Michael Jordan's like the bad guy. That he like basically turned on the B-ballers and is like hunting them down. All Hoops does is play vidcons on this computer machine. He should be busy working on his jump shot. Oh, wait. Basketball's been banned. Basketball was banned. Sometimes I forget. So what's in here? Not much in here, but half a carton of simulated milk and some expired protein paste. What's cooking in the oven? A delicious ecto cooler. So ecto coolers are like, you know, the 80s Ghostbusters drink. The 80s, 90s? I don't remember when they came out. I don't know if I ever actually drank ecto cooler because my parents never really bought us stuff like that. But those are like potions in this game, essentially. A copy of I May Be Wrong, but I doubt it. This was my first book. Here's a copy of my book, Who's Afraid of a Big Black Man? I wrote it back before the Great B-Ball Purge. My collection of CDs. At least jazz hasn't been outlawed yet. Oop, keep hitting the wrong button there. I heard you yelling at Inspector Jordan upstairs, Barkley. That son of a bitch. He was the first baller to join the B-Ball removal department. Did it just to save his own skin. He's a changed man. I remember when kids looked up to him. He's become a monster. Maybe I've become a monster. What was that? Nothing, Gus. Nothing. Why do I keep doing that? Maintenance closet. That's nothing. Alright, let's talk to this homeless guy. Spare shekel? Such a random thing. That's the kind of stuff that this guy couldn't sell the game because, like, there's no way he got copyrights to use that stuff. Although, I don't know how old that song is and what the copyright is for it, but... so this thing is like... I could never really tell what this was, even last time I played. I think it's like a gas pump or something. But this is a save point. And the save point in this game is a giant weeb. So, like... Just bear with me as I go through the dialogue here. It says, console video games, or vidcons as I call them, the ultimate medium of expression, able to convey any emotion ranging from hatred to love, loyalty to fear, all in front of our eyes. And with lovingly crafted art, music, and the ability to control the action, vidcons are the ultimate combination of the high arts. While I tend to play the stoic, I will be the first to admit that vidcons have driven me to cry, to scream and shout, to feel actual hate. Such is the power of the Force beyond our wildest reckoning, and here I am before you, to tempt your tongues with the taint of such a tantalizing topic. And the Japanese, the true geniuses behind the world of video games, pah! I throw my scorn upon such incompetence of the West, who would mock the true art of the Japanese with games such as Baldur's Gate and Madden. Perhaps it is that the West is not as intelligent as the East, but this is a matter for another day. Japan has given us such masterpieces as the Final Fantasy series, Star Ocean, Wild Arms, and, of course, Ark the Lad. Yes, some of the finest vidcons in the world were created by Japanese. I come to you today to ask you in all earnesty, what is your favorite vidcon? I will reveal mine after the grand debate has illustriously began, but not before the first poster falls victim to my plot of discussion. So that one that was there before was my old file where I was doing kind of a test run of the game. As I said earlier, actually I don't know if I said it earlier or not, so forgive me if I didn't. But this is actually the first video that I've recorded for the Blue Wizard project by myself since the Blue Wizard project ended. I have done a couple videos with Ian, but as you may have noticed if you've been a long-time watcher, the background is different. That's because I moved to a different country. I live in Canada now, in the Vancouver area. And when I moved out here, I had to... rebuild my computer, and for the first few months I was kind of bouncing around a lot. I was in Seattle. I would visit my wife in Vancouver because I didn't have my permanent residency card yet. So it's been a while, and then we finally got an apartment. That apartment was too crappy. We had really loud neighbors. I couldn't record anything because their kid was always screaming and running around. It would have literally shrieking as loud as the kid possibly could, and it would pick up in the videos. I did try to record a few videos at that time. Just didn't work. We got to this apartment. It's fine. This apartment is great. Only problem is we didn't have lights, and I can only record when my wife is asleep, and she's in that room Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, right there. She's in that room back there. Yeah, that's not the. It's hard to do this and looking in the mirror. There. Sorry. But I can only record when she's asleep, and so that meant that the apartment was dark. And so we just got a light today, literally today. So hence why the video is going up. So, yeah. Let's see here. Move along, citizen. Hey, you want some ecto cooler? I got the best shit there is. I don't trust none of them other guys. 35 neo shekels. That's the best I can do. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy that right now. Come by anytime, man. I don't remember how hard it is to come by money in this game. You look like you need a hit of some chups. I got the cheapest stuff in town. I forget what chups are. Let's take a look. Homegrown chups help with glaucoma. Okay, glaucoma, I believe, is like darkness in Final Fantasy. Or blind. This parking lot, they say it used to be a basketball court. That must have been a sight. People playing b-ball in public. Pretty wild, huh? You got no idea. Before the great b-ball purge, this place would be packed. Fans on the sidelines, ballers playing pickup games till dusk. Hell, sometimes they'd have games going until the lights shut off. Even after. It was a different time. Whoa, pal. I'm gonna stop you right there. I ain't no sports lover. I don't like where this conversation's headed. There's cops around, and you don't know who's listening. Beat it before you say something we're both gonna regret. Please, help me. Just one more chicken fry. Man, you ever been to Jickleburg? All the chicken fries you could want, and it's all legal. Thing is, the list for passports out of this shithole is backed up for years. I'll probably be dead before my name comes up. It's a damn shame, you know that? And the women there, man, I've heard some stories you wouldn't believe. God damn it, man. Look where you got me going. I need a chicken fry to take my mind off this. I'll be alright as long as I got my babies. As long as I got my chicken fries. I'll just imagine him like, need them chicken fries, buddy. Scratching his neck. You wouldn't know from the way I look, but I used to be a Square Enix Goya. Yeah. So in this game, like, Square Enix Goya is like, what would it be for us? Like, I guess Disney, like the evil corporation that buys up everything. I disagreed with the new aggressive marketing campaign and they took it all away. My house, my car, my family. Now look at me, a lousy bum on the streets. Spare me, chump. The post-cyber apocalypse has spelled tough times for everyone. Everyone's got a sob story. Telling me yours ain't gonna do a damn thing. Whatever. You know what? You're just like those pigs at Square Enix Goya, concerned about themselves and their own wallets. I wonder why he picked Goya. Like, I wonder if the guy that made this is Hispanic, because, like, why Goya? If you don't know, Goya is a company that makes spices for Hispanic food. Concerned only with themselves and their own wallets, yeah. Hey man, I got the shit you need. Just take a look. These are like equipment. So, I'm trying to remember, because I did this part when I did my test run. So, volleyball and jersey for sure. I don't think I need to buy these ones. That raises speed. That raises guard. That raises brain. That raises power. That's by 2, that's by 6. I'm gonna buy the wrist brace. Yeah, we'll do that. And let's equip it. So Charles Barkley right now, we'll use the volleyball and the jersey and the wrist brace. And right now I'm a level 1 slams master. His armor class is threads and his weapon class is b-ball.